Your 3D art looks absolutely boring. Wanna know why? Pay close attention, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to fix that. In this video, I'm gonna show you step by step how to take your stylized 3D models from dull to stunning. We'll go through clear examples of simple objects, and I'll show you what works, and more importantly, what to avoid at all costs. Let's begin. Straight lines? Boring. They make your model feel stiff, lifeless, and static. Unless you want that vibe for design reasons, curved silhouettes usually look far more dynamic and appealing, especially in stylized art. As we just said, straight edges can kill the flow. So whenever possible, soften or tilt your corners. Angles close to 45 degrees often look much better, but experiment depending on the object you're creating. Straight lines keep chasing us. They don't seem to end, huh? Straight silhouettes feel endless and flat. You can easily fix this by tapering the shape, adding a slight narrowing or widening. It's a small touch that instantly gives even the simplest object a more stylized, appealing form. No one likes routine. Art's no different. If every element in your model looks identical, it'll feel robotic. Introduce variation, mixed curve and angular sections, change proportions, tilt some parts, break the rhythm. Look at these fences, for example. Each one has a different shape, thickness, and angle. No single fence looks the same, even though they have very subtle changes between them. Don't you just see them more alive? Stylized art lives through exaggeration. If something's big, make it huge. If it's thin, make it slender. If it's slightly curved, push that curve further. In this case, you can see that the barrel is chunkier and the metal detail is wider. Sometimes going a little beyond realism is exactly what makes your design pop. Once again, flat silhouettes look dull. Break them up by adding different types of imperfections. This can make your model much more readable, even from a large distance. Let's see this column, for example. Even from a not very close distance, we can appreciate the variations of the silhouette. This makes it way more interesting. What about you? How do you break your silhouettes in your 3D models? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to read your thoughts. Noise is often confused with detail. Realistic models tend to be noisy, full of small, repeating patterns. But in stylized art, that can make the shape unreadable. Instead, simplify. Use fewer, larger, and more exaggerated details to guide the viewer's eye and strengthen the design. Every object is built on layers, primary, secondary, and tertiary forms. All of them are equally important. Each one has its own role. Make sure they're readable. Your main shape should be clear. At first glance, you should immediately recognize what the object is, without looking at the details. Secondary forms should give you extra information that make the object unique. They make you identify the personality of the product. And last but not least, tertiary forms, which can also be known as micro details, should just be the icing on the cake. They should support and not distract from the overall design. They could be small imperfections, for instance. This is the most important tip. It's the golden rule of stylized art. If your silhouette isn't recognizable, your model won't work. You should be able to tell what the object is just by its outline. Let's take a look at this model. Maybe if we see it with the shading, we can tell it's a Canon, but look at the differences between just the silhouettes, night and day. Second one's much more interesting. Before adding any details, sculpt or texture, make sure the silhouette is rock solid. Thanks a lot for watching, and thank you for spending your time with me. I hope this helped you take your 3D art to the next level. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss future tutorials.